that one thing about the Charlottesville that I ranted about.
Yes.
And I was wrong.
But the both sides thing.
Because he said the both sides, there's good people on both sides. And when you see the full quote, that wasn't what he said. And I ranted on him hard for that.
Mm-hmm. And here's what this is why I think you're going to vote for Trump.
It's anti-Trump comedian Michael Rapaport admitting that he was wrong about Donald Trump and the good people on both sides lie portrayed by establishment media. You may not know who this weirdo is, but him admitting this is a big deal. I feel like it may be a shift in the culture. Even Trump posted about it on True Social. Welcome to Nerk News. I'm Nerkish. Comedian Michael Rapaport has been having a series of revelations since Biden took office, and I think it may be indicative of a lot of people in this country. Today we're going to take a few minutes to break down this story and discuss what it means for the culture in general. So, who is Michael Rapaport? I'm sure you've seen his face before. He's a character actor. He's not particularly talented, but he's been in enough things to be recognizable. He also has one of the worst cases of Donald Trump syndrome that I've ever seen.
75 years old, you fat. Happy birthday, stain Donald Trump, a.k.a. pig Donald Trump, a.k.a. draft dodging Donald Trump, a.k.a. Shamu. You fat. 75 years, you good for nothing. The worst person, easily the worst president of all time. You accomplished jack. Couldn't even finish your wall. Who's coming to the birthday tonight? Is it Steve Bannon and his infected face? Is it Laura Ingraham? Who's coming to your birthday, you sloppy dog? Nobody likes you. The only person who's in your corner is Donald Trump Jr., and he's just waiting for you to die, hoping that you leave him a few bucks.
Okay. Now, things started to sink in with Michael almost immediately after Biden was elected. I can't show some of this stuff because of the language and subject matter, but let's say he did a 180 on Biden after his response and handling of the pandemic. But that wasn't the only big issue after Biden took office. There was all the aftermath of the peaceful protests. I mean, there's still rampant crime and looting taking place in major cities today. So much so that major businesses are closing. And Michael made the gravest sin of all for a leftist, noticing.
Yo, I'm looking at this dude. Yo, this dude is, I can't believe I'm seeing this. Yo, this guy just filled his 2 bags up with everything in Rite Aid right here on 80th and 1st Avenue. He's walking down the street like is Gucci. Look at me in my face like, what's good? I was watching him the whole time. My man just went Christmas shopping in January.
Crazy, Michael. That's just crazy. If only someone could have told you about all of this. It's almost like we've been shouting this for years. Now, this wasn't the only revelation Michael had. He turned another corner after watching the left defend Palestine recently, which is the first time he floated the idea that Biden might actually be worse than Trump. And this is a guy who called Trump every mean name in the book, by the way, including suggesting that he was like some less than terrific world leaders from Germany. So we're making some progress here. The final nail in the coffin for Michael was, you guessed it, illegals. Because deep down, everyone knows this is BS.
This is why when I say voting for pig Donald Trump is on the table, voting for pig Donald Trump is on the table. The other day in New York City, 6 illegal aliens jumped a New York City cop, NYPD's finest. They jumped a New York City cop in Times Square and were arrested and released without bail. I know it's a city thing. I know it's a state thing. I know all that. What the is the world coming to? If you could be from another country, beat up a cop in New York City and walk out with no bail? Are we the greatest city on earth? Cadaver Joe Biden, we see you.
Gee, what's that old expression? A conservative is just a liberal who's been mugged? Well, I feel like a lot of liberals are starting to feel mugged lately, literally and figuratively. And if dopes like Michael Rapaport are starting to notice things, there might be hope for the rest of them.
Well, I said the other day, that voting for Donald Trump is on the table. And I mean that. Yeah. A lot of his policies that he did while he was in office, I like. I think he did do things that were good for the country, but the spillage, the messiness. I know also his bark is bigger than his bite, but being the president, that's an extremely loud bark.
But what do you think? Is this guy a one-off? Do you know any liberals who are starting to catch on? Let me know in the comments. Until then, this has been Nerk News. Boy!